White guilt.
Let's talk about it.
All right. Anyways, yeah, so we, like, one of our past episodes is all, it's not all about, but one of the things we address is the N-word and whether some people can say it and some people can't, or how people feel about it, and woo! We got a lot of comments, Geraud.
Boy, lots of comments.
Yeah, lots of comments. So let's address some of the comments and see what you think.
All right.
Okay. Okay, obviously it's not cool with some people, but overall anyone can say it, and nobody should genuinely get upset over it unless it's your boss or some cousin. Literally, it is just a word. Regardless of the history, words have meaning, but they also change. Could mean somewhere else, and the past is the past. Today, ain't nobody ever gonna be oppressed over a word. There's a lot in that.
That's a lot in that, and obviously, that person disagrees with what they've stated, because they've said, unless it's your boss or your cousin. I don't know why your cousin has anything to do with this, but I like it. But if it's your cousin,
or some cousin,
that guy is wrong. Yeah, I think that.
Well, there's a lot, because it says words have meaning, and words have meaning.
Words have meaning.
And I think what some people are saying is words have meaning depending on who's saying those words. They're also sort of saying that because it's a boss, but it's not. I don't know.
Right. It's almost like this person said, it's okay if a stranger gooses you on the bus, unless it's your boss or cousin. Like, it's like, apparently there's just I feel like this person thinks it's only about authority figures.
Yes.
And that authority figures are the only people that have any
power over
yeah,
you.
like they shouldn't be able to say it to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all wrong.
Yeah.
Look, and I think I said this before, I'm not against the word itself. Don't call me that. Even none of my black friends, like, don't. It's uncool. But I will say, I don't have a problem with the word itself if it's not being labeled to someone. Or it's for comedic effect. We've also talked about this, and I think curse words, racial jokes, they're just funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't be, but they are. And so I feel like, your Dave Chappelle's, your Cat Williams's, like folks like this, comedians that use this word a lot. Yeah, sometimes for effect it adds to the humor for me.
But only black comedians.
I'm not 100% certain that's true. In fact,
Okay.
I know that it's not, but I don't know popular white comedians who use it with any regularity, but I have heard, and I won't name any names, but because a lot of them are up and coming,
Mm-hmm.
I've instead of watching TV these days, I've turned into one of those people that spends a lot of my time watching YouTube videos for hours on end. And one of the things that I watch are comedians and stand-up. And there are a few white comedians that use the word and tell you they're going to, like, this show, here's how I grew up, and then they just start throwing it around. And, like me, a lot of the black audience members, yucking it up, it's hilarious. Like, and I think it's because of this taboo nature to it, right? Not funny if it's just a thing. No one laughs because he says, and. Like, it's just not that funny. But this thing is so... Now, but that's important, right? It needs to, for it to be funny, it sort of has to keep that taboo and horribleness to it, right? It used to be funny for someone to drop an F-bomb in a comedy show when no one was able to say that. Now everybody says it. It's just not that funny anymore, right? So, yeah, some of this. If I walked out and someone was like, oh my God, all these N-words just running around, but they weren't talking about, like, people. Like, if they're just like, I don't know, somebody, bro, these, I don't know, making up stuff now. But this part of me is like, and then it's funny. Unless I look out and it's a lot of black people running around, then me and that person gotta have words.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure I'm understanding everything you're saying, but maybe. So I think what's hard for white people, and maybe it's okay that it's hard for white people, hence things that we're talking about, right? It's so confusing about who can say it, who cannot say it. So some black people feel like nobody can say it. Some black people feel like only black people can say it. Some people feel like black people and some white people, if they're comedians and they do it right. So I think it gets very confusing what to think of the word, how to process the word, I don't know, like for me, like I hate the word. I hate it. I don't want my son to hear that word.
Yep.
I just, and I think the way Obama saw it, like as president, is it keeps things easier, maybe, for a country. Like, this is not a word we use. It's too confusing.
Yes.
But I think that's important for the masses. But I think like the way June comes from it is like, you can't tell me what frickin' word to say or not say.
Right.
That's control and that's power.
Right.
So like if white people are telling you you can't say that word, then that's still more white people inflicting power over other people. So I also get that. I just get that it's very confusing, and I hate the word personally, and I really even I just don't like hearing it from anybody, but that's just like my opinion. And I like June's thing of like, it's none of my freaking business what words she says or what words come out of her mouth, you know?
I think it might come down to this, really. Nicely done.
Whoa. Fruit flies! This is driving me nuts.
We're just clapping. We're clapping at the word. I think it comes down to this, like any word and any action and anything that you do. Don't offend people that are around you, right? And so comedians get away with it because I know going in what Cat Williams is going to say, and that I'm comfortable with it. But I seriously doubt, I could be wrong, that Cat Williams just walks around anywhere, throwing the N-word around, visiting the White House, throwing it around, right? So I think what you do is we try to err on the side of not being an ass and being in a place where we aren't offending people willy-nilly. Now, if you are an ass and know it and are like, ooh, I want to offend and use the word, use the word, but know that we think you're an ass, and then don't try to defend yourself about it, right? Like, this is you doing this intentionally now. So be cool, people. That's really all.
What if you're using a derogatory word, and someone's saying I'm uncomfortable with that, and they say, oh, sorry, I won't use it around you.